Hey guys, I am Chris Gaylor.
And I'm Amber Frost of Kajin Cosplay, and tonight we're back again, guys, with Vikings! Season 2, Episode 5.
Yes, this one is called Answers in Blood. Well, we've got we've got a few fights coming. We've got Ragnar, who came back home, met his son and Lagertha. They showed up to help him out. That was so cool. I want to see more of that. Anyways, yeah, the guy that attacked Ragnar's place, he's got it now, and he's vouched that he's gonna kill Ragnar, and Ragnar wants to kill him too. So there's gonna be a fight right there. You've got also Athelstan was taken in by the English people, the people from England, and they crucified him.
But he got saved by King Egbert.
Yes.
For what purpose? I don't know, but we're gonna see.
That king has plans and plans under plans under plans. He's got double plans. He's got
triple plans.
Yeah, he's got a strategy. He's doing something here because he talked peace with Ragnar. He was talking about making a deal with him because he wants to do something. He's ambitious, and I think he wants to expand, but we didn't hear what he wants from them if he gives them land. He was talking peace with Ragnar, but then as soon as Ragnar left and he heard that half their force went back home, he attacked. He attacked the small hunting party, and that's how they got Athelstan. So I'm like, there's no more peace talk, so what the hell? What's going on? It's not looking good, but yeah, Athelstan is with the king, and it's looking difficult and harsh and dangerous back in England. So We've got two fronts and two fights that might happen, so
let's watch it, guys.
Let's watch it. Episode 5?
Yep.
Let's go.
Lagertha, the last person I expected to see here. You and your warriors are as welcome to us as spring after the hardest and most bitter winter.
But although my son and I are only too glad to come to Ragnar's aid.
How is he gonna take him?
Is he tall? He's like,
oh, the gods, Bjorn. You're a big bastard now.
He is.
Thank you, Uncle.
Well, last time you saw him, he was a traitor.
You can't grow a beard, though.
Okay. I was afraid a little bit.
Everything is new now. We want to drive Yelborg out of Kattegat. He has no idea we have been reinforced. And what would make him leave Kattegat where he can winter in safety? Food.
oh.
A few of us will go into the town and destroy the winter grain stores.
Keeps
I will
looking
do
at
it.
them.
I will go. No. My son and I shall go.
Oh. He wants to test him a little bit. Just, spend some time with his son, show him how it's done.
That's how we destroy food for other people, son. That's how we destroy life.
Now you set the food on fire. That's right. Oh shit.
Who did this to you?
My husband
Why?
claimed I had been unfaithful.
And were you? What do pagans say of such cases?
Oh, buddy.
I mean, he's seen Lagertha basically deal with the same situation.
If she was a free woman, they would believe her word and make judgment on her behalf.
But surely her husband has every right over her. Surely she belongs to him to do with as he sees fit.
Not according to the pagans.
They treat their woman's right.
Then pagan laws are superior to ours?
I mean, sometimes, yeah.
Not in every case, sire.
Woman, I find it unlawful and disagreeable that your husband should make false claims against you. He has provided no evidence of your cupidity. Therefore, I dismiss his demand to have you branded in public.
Thank you. Oh, thank you, Lord.
Oh, well, don't thank me. thank this pagan.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's interesting. He's really like Ragnar, actually, if you just switch sides. Oh my god. He's interested in their way of doing things.
Maybe to, at some point, mock them?
I don't know.
Ever since you were 8 years old, all I heard was, Father, Father, I want to come with you. I'm ready. Father, I want to fight.
It's done.
Here we are.
Oh, I love this too much. Ah. Oh, every time! He loves to throw away his stuff.
It's an axe, of course.
No, but lances, axes, he does it a lot. I love it every time.
Ragnar. It's me. Boy, come quick, help.
Okay.
Help.
They would have screamed twist.
Yeah. Yeah.
You awoke the demons, not prepared to die.
No one goes against Ragnar's family and doesn't suffer the consequences. What does she see? Oh, that was cool. Oh, God. Ooh. Family fighting together. Oh, they're so good. It's hard to know who's who, though. If it went for the shields. I like that her hair stays on fleek. You should do her haircut eventually. Come on, it's between these two. Oh. Oh shit, careful. Oh, oh shit! Oh shit! He's coming, he's gonna protect his son. Let's go! On both hands! Oh! Oh! Yes! Let's go. Oh, yes! He's like a monster. It's almost like you let him charge and no one's gonna be able to stop this dude. They're so intense! Oh shit! Brillo! Oh yeah! He got him! Nope, I got someone that looked like him.
Yep. Come there, Ragnar! I'll have your head!
He killed a huge part of his army, though.
For well today, Bjorn.
Thank you, Uncle.
You have a lot to learn.
Why are you pissed?
Because he almost got killed. He made him scared. The entire family's so strong. And then you got Aslog who's like, I don't want my children to see a cow being gutted.
Sanguinis Christi. Sanguinis Christi. Sanguinis Christi.
He's comparing the two religions.
Sanguinis Christi. Et promotis in optionem hecaton. Christianum fide. Sanguinis Christi.
Whoops. Well, I mean, he's devoted himself to another religion.
Oh. So
That's
your
why,
feelings
yeah.
are wrong?
Thank you.
It is good to see them playing together.
For you,
For us too.
They're all my children.
I am going to bear you another son.
I know.
How many kids does he end up having?
What are you going to do about Lagertha?
What do you mean, what am I going to do? It is her decision. I've never had a choice whether she comes or goes. I will not tell her to go away if she does not want to.
The passion! He loves her for certain reasons, and he loves Lagertha for other reasons. I believe, though, he enjoyed spending his time with Lagertha a lot more. But he loves Aslog because she can give him what he wants more than both the women. Children.
Why don't you show yourself to me? Let me be filled again, Lord, by the Holy Spirit. You devil.
What kind of monster is that?
Well, I mean, he hallucinated blood flowing down the Christ statue and Marie walking up to him, so maybe he's hallucinating that too.
I have come to a decision. I'm aware that my son Bjorn wants more than anything in the world to stay here with his father. And who can blame him? I happily give my permission to my beloved and only son to remain here with his father and his half-brothers. As for me, I must go back to my husband. I have a duty. I'm a responsible person. Look after him, Ragnar. He's all I have left.
I totally respect her. Oh, God.
There are no possible words to describe what you have done for us. I will always be in your debt. The debt is already paid.
Must be hard for her.
I love that she has enough self-respect and maturity and strength to be able to do that with her.
Her horse is really pretty.
Any more shit?
Who do you think I am?
Oh, she's a fucking badass. I love her. I love her and I wish to see her again in the future. So
And she got her shieldmate in with her.
oh, she's so badass. Ah, she's so cool. Damn, I love her. You know, by this time, usually we can say who's our favorite character. Because, I mean, it's only been like one season and almost a half. So, in this show, though, I find it really hard to say who I love
You
most.
can have multiple favorite characters.
Yeah,
They're
who are yours? Who do you love?
Lagertha is one of my favorite because I really love her own personal strength.
I love Lagertha. I love her.
She's a fierce woman. She knows what she wants, and even though that Ragnar broke her heart, she's still got in it on herself to be mature about the situation and talk reasonably with him and be respectful towards Athelstan, even though that she stole her husband.
And I'm gonna add to that because since we're talking about Lagertha, her just saying that she decides that her son is gonna stay with Ragnar, and she decided that it was okay to let him go, although it's breaking her heart, and saying it in front of everyone, it's a position of strength. I think it's to show them that she's capable of making these decisions, of being rational, of staying true to her oaths, and to, take care of her responsibilities. She married another guy. She has the responsibility to this man. So to say to everyone, it's not like the first time when she had to leave. No one really knew she was leaving, so it came as a total surprise for most of them, and it almost felt like she was disrespected so much that she couldn't really bear with the pain and the heartbreak, so she left. But doing this way, it's like she's being bigger than that. She's being better, almost better than Ragnar if you think about it, because I mean she's not destroying her own.
Ragnar was more some type of coward, if I can say like this.
He betrayed his wife. Something that even though it's tearing her heart apart to leave Bjorn here, she is not going to do. She's going back to her husband because she has responsibilities and she's capable of upholding these responsibilities. So I love that she said it in front of everyone, and she makes herself, because she is, of course, but she makes herself appear very strong in that moment, even though it's terrible because she's a mother. To be separated from her child, it's the worst. And you know that Ragnar's life is not super safe. Like, I mean, he's going west a lot, and I don't think she heard about what's going on west right now with the king, but she knows that eventually he's gonna go raid. Yeah, eventually he's gonna go raid. It's a total difference from the life he had with his stepdad, being sheltered, and the life he will have with his dad, who's gonna train him and show him the way. So
teach him what he missed, because you need to learn so many more. What did he say during the battle, after the battle?
Careful, you're pushing the camera and
sorry. What did he say after the battle to his son?
You have a lot to learn.
Yeah. Like we said, he was pissed because he almost got hurt and almost got killed.
That's how I read it.
His father and mother had to protect him, but it's true that he needs to learn more because, yes, I think his mom teach him well, because I'm pretty sure that she taught him everything that he knew.
He's very good, but like that's how I read that moment. You know, you got Rollo who's saying, "You fought well today," and Ragnar was like, "No, you almost died. If I had not been there, or your mother had not been there to save you, you would be dead. So I'm not gonna say, I'm proud of you, you fought well, because you would have died, so you have a lot to learn." I think it's anger that's fueled by the fear he had of losing his son in battle, because, I mean...
Even that it's a huge honor to die during battle.
Yeah, but it's different when you're talking about your son. I mean, you might believe in that, but in their ways and stuff, but it's something else to lose a child and be like, "Oh, I mean, but he died in battle, I'm proud of him." Pretty sure that in his heart he doesn't want that to happen right now, especially since he just found him again. So for him to stay, though, I kind of saw it coming.
And what about Rollo? He did some type of huge development on his own.
It's incredible to see him say that. Like, just, we saw it a little bit when they were attacked and he decided to flee instead of staying and just keep fighting, because that was totally anti-Rollo. Just him not doing the right thing instead of just barging in and fighting, because that's how we used to know his character.
Yeah.
And for him now to once again just say the new Rollo, the Rollo I am now, is not a slave to his feelings, and I do not want Lagertha, which is something that was putting him at odds with Ragnar before, and now could put him at odds with Siggy. So I love that he's made that change. And then he keeps making these changes. I'm like, yeah, take all the bones you want, buddy.
Take all these bones. You got a bunch.
Yeah. In season 1, I was really conflicted when it came to Rollo because every single time he would do something or say something that made me love the character, and then he would turn around and do something that would make me hate the character.
Don't say that you love him because every time you do, people get hurt and die in TV shows.
No, but I'm just saying.
Cursed.
Okay, I'm not
You're
saying
cursed.
I love him. I'm saying I'm not conflicted about him anymore. So there you go. But he's not one of my favorites.
Okay, yeah, so Lagertha's gonna be, right now she's at my top rank. After that I would say maybe Ragnar because I love his personality as an adventurer, not as a type of husband because that's more tricky. But he's a good fighter, I love his curiosity and his way of dealing with stuff. Maybe Floki's gonna be on my third rank because it's Floki. I don't know what to expect from him, and I know there's something more,
Floki will be your third one.
deeper from his characters. I want to learn more about him.
Yeah, he's crazy, but in a good way. In my case, I would say I think Ragnar and Lagertha are fighting for first position right now. People keep saying that Ragnar is going to become the greatest character in TV history for us in the future. I don't doubt that. He's already in my top 2, 3 favorite characters. So I would say maybe Ragnar and Lagertha, depending on the episodes, they fight over the top position. And I have to say, I think Bjorn just stole the 3rd place.
I need for him to
Show himself, prove
himself more.
I think I have a soft spot for him because I know the actor.
Because it used to be in Hunger Games.
No, I don't really care. I don't really love the Hunger Games movies, but I don't know. I just to see him grow up and just the relationship between father and son, and to see him go through these struggles as a kid and now as a young adult. I think he's. It's just my heart sucking for these moments between Ragnar and
his
himself.
mom so much. Just him waiting behind the door with the knife, like, if he hurts my mom, I'm gonna barge in it, stab him in the gut, and I'm fine, Bjorn, I'm fine.
Oh, but I forgot I forgot a very important character. No, okay. Ragnar and Lagertha are fighting for top position, then Athelstan, then Bjorn. There you go. I forgot about Athelstan. I should not, because this was a huge episode for him too. But yeah, Athelstan would be probably my 2nd favorite if Ragnar and Lagertha is still the first one.
Why's that?
He's just so cool. It's so nice.
He's just so cool.
He's so conflicted. I love conflicted characters. I love to see him struggle. Even though I love also when he's not struggling and he's actually being a badass Viking in the making.
Maybe you like him more because, like we said, he's the foreigner living in a country that he doesn't know and wasn't born in. Just like we are foreigner watching another culture through a TV show.
He's basically us in this world.
Yeah.
But and in this episode, he was so conflicted once again. I had one thing I wanted to say about how he was seeing this. You know, when he was at the church and they were giving him like "Call du Christ." Sorry, but when they were doing this, and he kept seeing both rituals, like the Vikings ones and this one, and it kept overlapping over each other.
My eyes, sorry. Yoo-hoo.
So when he was seeing that, I kept thinking, at this point, it's almost like he's wondering, which is better? Which should I follow?
Well, technically, both of them are kind of similar through their rituals.
And we had a moment when
just
the woman came in asking forgiveness and just for pleading, you know, giving her case and stuff. And he was asked, what would the barbarians, what would the pagans say in this situation? And we saw almost the exact same situation with Lagertha ruling for the woman. And, I mean, we don't know what happened. Like, she kissed Athelstan on the cheek, and I'm like, maybe she did cheat and stuff. But I still don't believe she deserved to be beaten like that. But, I would say that when Athelstan said, in some ways, they're not better, and in some ways they are better, it's actually very true. It's amazing, because that's that. There is no perfect religion. I don't think there is. I think that every religion has good parts and very bad parts, or better parts than others, and some that are way worse than some other religions. Like,
not even only about religion. It's about maybe their politics, because
how they
treat
stuff.
Free women and free men. In Scandinavia, between hard and sweet women and men in England is not the same.
And I mean, in this case, they were talking about not only religion, but societies and rules. But I'm talking about religion because that's at the center of Athelstan's struggle because he's a priest. He used to be a priest. So when he sees the struggle with the rules and stuff, like how do they treat political situations, he's like, sometimes they're better than you are, and sometimes you are better. They're not perfect, but you're not perfect either, which is something the Christians have always, especially in those times, they were saying a lot, like, we're better than everyone else, and there is no one that has the true word except for us, and stuff like that.
Well, usually in that time, each religion were kind of saying that we are better than another.
Us being
because we got the real truth of the existence of the world.
But to be fair, though, we cannot really speak about other religions because we grew up being raised by a Christian family, and in our time, because now they don't do that anymore, but back then in school they would teach the Christian way. Like we would have classes that would teach us the Christian way, so we heard a lot about history of the Christians. We don't know much about the other religions. We know a little bit because we were in a special program that kind of encouraged opening our minds to these.
We got school reforms, and after that they kind of changed the course to more ethical classes.
And then now they take religion away from classes, but what I mean is we learned a lot more about Christianity than we learned about other religions. So when we're talking about the history of Christianity, we know a bit more than the other history of the other religions. But it's not, I don't find it impossible at all that every religion is not perfect, and it's not because we know more about the Christians that I can say that probably the other religions were saying something similar. Like, oh, we have the truth, we know better than you do, and stuff. Like, everyone was like that back in the day, so I'm not surprised. But to see Athelstan go through this struggle, too, and be like, which is better? Which side is better? When we know that there is no right one.
Sorry, I just cut you, but even if it's not about religion, if you think about different type of countries like France and England or Italy and other places, during that time, anyway, it's like your country against another country. Like, my country is better than yours, or we're gonna make trade with each other, but deep down I know that.
Well, I don't think it's about country, it's more about culture. But in this show, it's not like we're comparing France and England. We're comparing Scandinavia and the Vikings, the Northmen, versus the people of England that are if you compare them without any subjectivity, if you compare them without personal opinions and stuff, we can say that the people of England look a lot more developed and a lot more civilized than the people of Scandinavia. I mean, they don't. There's a reason why every time Ragnar goes to England, he gets surprised by stuff he sees everywhere.
They got better weapons. They got
infrastructure,
house of stone.
Yeah,
more for every people.
Statues, history, stuff like. I mean, it's almost like comparing nowadays here in Quebec how it is around us, how the land is, and when we go to Europe, for example. Like, there's such a huge difference in culture and history. And I mean, not anymore in infrastructure and technology, but in those days, in technology as well, and just how the buildings were made and stuff. They know a lot about history, they know how to write, they know about paper, books, and every single time our Vikings come to England, they get surprised by these things because they don't know about it. So there's a huge difference, and Athelstan, being a guy that lived in both cultures, can compare them the way he did here, and I don't think he knows what to do because he still has faith in our guys in the Viking way because he loves Ragnar and he loves his family and they treated him right. And then he's also got his roots and what he used to believe in, and the people that in his mind maybe follow rules that he still cherish. Like, I don't think he sees them as capable of raping people or torturing people, but then yet again, we see them do some terrible things. According to their way of thinking, the woman would have been not the victim, but the actual I don't know the word.
Stoned to death in public.
I mean, yeah, stone,
adultery.
Yeah, stuff like that. She would have deserved her punishment, which is something that they, with Lagertha, we saw it. She would not condone this. So it's crazy because as soon as he starts maybe believing that one is better than the other, we get proof that the other might also do some crazy shit here and there.
But if you want to point facts to facts, yes, people from West are maybe more developed through their technologies, like through farming, through clothing, through.
Well, clothing we're not that far off, but
no, but they're more maybe more colorful and stylish.
They're more developed.
They're more kind of developed than what people from East are having, if you think about it. Because those are more
that's what I said.
Practical clothes. But people from East and Scandinavia, they're more developed through their laws and more equality between their men and women.
Their values are different.
The values are more equal between their people.
Some of the way they think is more advanced, like women rights. The women in Scandinavia might not have as many rights as the men, but they are still much more respected than the women were in England back in the day. So, like I said, every single time he thinks that one might be better than the other, we get proven wrong with another example. Like, we might be seeing Athelstan being more a part of this new group, the Vikings, and then he sees them rape and kill and torture, and he's like, this goes totally against what I believe is right. So he kind of walks away from that. He stays away, and he doubts his allegiance, and he doubts his beliefs and their culture and their religion and their everything.
Yeah.
But then he goes back to his god, and they're not much better when you think about it, because they also torture. They take away rights from people that deserve them. They try to crucify him. So I mean,
he's a confused man, if you want to say so.
Oh yeah, but I love this. I love the struggle because I mean, the show is not about deciding who's better. The show is about discovering this new culture and just trying to understand how hard it was back in the day to live among these people, to live among both groups, because it was so different. And it was so different, and what you believed in that basically dictated every single thing you would do in a day. If you were not free to change religions like that, or they would crucify you. So, or they would mock you and try to make you a martyr just for the fun of it.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
I love this show. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it's already on Patreon. The link is in the description.
Yeah, so if you want to watch it now, you click and you subscribe, or you wait for the next one to go out on YouTube, which will be pretty soon.
Yeah.
Alright, so see you then, guys.
Bye.